Introducing Princess Jadie.
Hello and welcome to the Siren of Boston, Episode 4. Don't be a dick, learning the language of love. I hope you were able to check out the premiere of our special episode. This week, we introduced Endowment Wednesdays. New segments will be introduced as special episodes, and every segment thereafter shall be titled with its established name. Today, we will get into a post that was posted on the 13th of its month, and it's the first try post in the SOB series. Endowment Wednesday was a different example of a try post. I recorded it Wednesday, posted it Thursday, and no one interacted on Friday. Maybe next time. We're all new here. I wish to mention that the time having to do with all posts is 13 Eastern. All post meaning uploads of the Siren of Boston and or other. I am the Siren of Boston, Massachusetts. I'm on the East Coast. Yeah. Anyway, the try posts simply mean that I will cover 3 posts that I posted all in one day during one Sunday in the past. I'll cover them over the course of 3 weeks, but know that they are part of a mini-series. In a try post, the ending messages or addendums will be signed by Captain Smiley, Princess Jadie, or Miss Jade solely. All will have had a chance to be the star of an episode and have a post focused on what she has to say by the 3rd week. 3 me's, 3 different rants/PSAs, 3 weeks in total. We've begun using introductory clips, and we will continue to use those different openings so you know how you should expect the post to go. There aren't too many as of now. The more we review, the less old content, and the more I need to create more. There will be many try posts, plays, and short stories, etc. We'll see how it goes. If you like short stories, please head over to my vocal page, Jade A. Cinnamon, spelled with 1 N, the same way my Facebook page is spelled. There, I have begun to write my screenplays. My first published story is The Owl. It's a short story I wrote while procrastinating. I'll get better at that. Writing screenplays, I mean. Our final post for this try post will be broadcasted on lucky number 7, February 7th, 2021. That also happens to be the first Sunday of Black History Month after the successfully peaceful inauguration. That in episode 2 of the Siren of Boston I said would be on the 21st. Yeah, so I accidentally missed it, but it's in the queue of shit to do. I'll get around to it. For the record, I will get political. I'm giving a fair warning right now. Please understand, I do work with organizations, so I can't disclose certain information until I've been given express permission to do so. But you will see me promoting things like the Mattapan Free Fridge. I was there just yesterday, or earlier today, really, but this will post tomorrow, or today, because it's after midnight. You may catch me putting food in or taking a snack for myself after a bit of volunteer maintenance randomly throughout the week. Nikia, 18, is an inspiring Mattapan resident and a local high school student. This hometown hero, not a segment just yet, was kind enough to begin this incredible initiative, and when asked about her mission, she had this to say. The community fridge means mutual aid. This is where community members provide each other with free essentials needed to make our community grow and succeed. We are committed to always helping our community, especially since we cannot stand by and watch our neighbors struggle while our government allows our community to lack crucial resources. I believe that necessities such as food, menstrual/baby products, and formula are essentials for the well-being of every human. Hence, these essentials should be for free and never have a price tag. Change cannot wait. I started the community fridge because as a community organizer and resident of Mattapan, I saw how much my community lacked resources, and I looked up how the Black Panther Party started the free breakfast programs while the government did not help Black and brown communities. I reasoned that we should not have to wait for the government to make changes that we want to see in our communities when we can directly make them. We owe the next generation these significant changes that will make their lives better. As a senior in high school, I did have my doubts about getting this done, but with the help of community fridges in New York and some in the greater Boston areas like the Roslindale and Dorchester community fridges, everything worked out. Through social media, we were able to get someone to give us a fridge, find volunteers to build a shed, fundraise, and find our amazing host, Cafe Juice Up. We also had a local artist at 13.vic create the amazing artwork. Finally, the Mattapan Community Fridge was able to get up and running in December of 2020. Thank you, Nikia. Mattapan, Boston, and the world, thank you. Hope for the best and bring out greatness in yourself and those around you. I'd like to begin a Tweaking Last Week thing in which we take a look at episodes that aired the week prior and see what we can improve. Think of it as a time waster like the chicken fights and Peter's wincing knee reel on Family Guy. Yes, as an editor in training, I realize the work that goes into those incredibly detailed animated fight scenes. Still, really. Catchphrases to look for. It is what it is. I'm not your Jesus, often coupled with, that's not my job. Sparkle on it. No, I'm not throwing glitter in my car. It's in the queue of shit to do. That's new. Bitch, what? I command a 10,000 ninja army. It's not exactly a catchphrase, but I say it often, and you'll find out what that means. Listen for it. Moving on. I did receive my prose in the mail. Haven't begun using it yet, but by the time of the special episode mentioned in Endowment Wednesday segment, I will have been using it for about a month. Congratulations to me, as this past Friday, I was featured in my favorite Etsy shop's Instagram story, Elven Forest. They make amazingly holy habiliments for the wearings of the Witkins. There will be more on that when we have our special Valentine's Day commercial. We have a special thanks that we'll prepare for Carmen of Carmen's Glamorous Tights. Angry Video Game Nerd. So, he apparently has 3.42 million subscribers and is very active, with videos as recent as this past Friday. Twitch? Justin Kahn is the inventor, not the Angry Video Game Nerd. Memoirs of versus Memoirs from. I did some research and found examples of both. Memoirs from Beyond the Grave by François René de Chateaubriand. I don't speak French, but when I said that, like that, in Google Voice, I knew who I was talking about. I'm glad I discovered this guy because he was the inventor of French Romanticism. He's also a Virgo who died on America's Independence Day. Not the actual day, but July 4th. Thanks for watching, little bro. A Long Way Gone, Memoirs of a Boy Soldier by Ishmael Bayea is an example of a book I should read at some point. You too, I think. Books I have read, or one anyway, is Go for No by Andrea Waltz and Richard Fenton. I was recommended Go for No by Neri Mancebo when I had my insurance license with Primerica. I don't know what's up with her these days, but it's a good read. Thank you. When I said, see the world for what it is in my Calm Optics commercial, I should have said, keep calm, get a pair, and see the world for what it is. The future is screens. On to this week. Something new. The love on the opening screen. Well, that's just some food for thought. Improvements. Have you noticed the weekly growth? I have. I'm not perfect, but I am trying, and I'm putting in effort. I apologize for the lack of eye contact and preparedness. And now I'm going to have these things showing because I'm tired of moving seats up in my car every single week, all the way up, all the way back. You are welcome guests in my car, but Miss Tallulah's comfort comes first. So we're just gonna decorate these, maybe put some glitter or something pretty, but yeah. I like to perform what I have written, revisit and perform the reviews after writing a document for my teleprompter. Unfortunately, I have not yet figured the best way to set up this studio so that I can see the teleprompter near the camera and scroll effortlessly. I'm trying today. The performances are more like reading lines, and I'm sorry if the message isn't hitting clearly due to my inability to properly convey what I've written. I say this to acknowledge my strengths and my weaknesses. I am taking responsibility as the director, editor, model, writer, research team, and other, and demonstrating accountability. I'm not in any way a math genius, but I figure if NASA can ask a black woman to just check their math right quick because she's a natural, I can try my best to live up to my potential as the world's toughest critic. I am a world's toughest critic. I am my own. I'm okay with that. I know I make myself proud. For the record, dogs can do calculus. Not with a pen and paper, of course, but they are able to naturally find the perfect jump-off point. Uberfax tells us that when you play fetch with a dog, he'll run alongside the edge of the water to establish the quickest route to the ball, since he's much faster running on land than in the water. It would take a human doing calculus to figure out what the dog just does. Point? I'm good at something. Amazing, in fact. I won't stop ruthlessly editing until I achieve my dream. What's that? It's a work in progress, according to my calculations. Shitty input equals shitty output. Very simple. That's what dreams are. They're simple. A wish that your heart makes. I heard that somewhere. There's no genie per se, but be specific so you can't be misconstrued. How many times does a person get 3 wishes on a TV show? They just get them handed to them. Then they blow them and have nothing but what they started with, if that. Example? I wish for $1 million. The room fills with 1 million deer with pointy antlers and they gore you to death. Or, I wish for all the money in the world. All the money magically disappears and the 50 cents in your pocket is all the money in the world. The world destroys you easily and quickly because everyone wants what you have and you just don't have enough to go around. Think of wishes, dreams, prayers, whatever, as speaking what you want into existence. You can think there is a magic horn of plenty that listens to your dreams and sends off the wish to where it needs to be. Make sure there is no way the horn can jumble your message expressing your heart's truest desires. Dream and wish with love and purpose. Hit those goals. Start by knowing what you want, and more importantly, how to express what you want. Cultivate the ground that forms the road to where you want to go. Know how to communicate with your own soul. No, I haven't seen the movie. Show me a black person for the whole 93, like a hood princess established 1993. Anyway, learn what you want so the world falls in line. You can be doing an incredible amount of work, but if you're not working toward the ultimate goal that you haven't even established, broken down, and begun to tackle, whether crappy at first or not, you're not really doing anything. It feels like you are, though, because your time is consumed by what you are doing. You're out of energy, and the list of tasks not yet completed goes on for miles. Keep trudging forward. The answer will reveal itself eventually, you think. No, you have to look for it. Or prepare yourself to recognize it when it passes through. It comes more than once because it's yours. It follows you. Your dream. That's why old people who haven't fulfilled dreams are often bitter. They watch the world go by without participating. That's heartbreaking. On to the post. September 13th, 2020. I said, how many times would the baby say, but why would she do that? Then Tommy and or Susie would say, because she's Angelica. The point is, not everyone's behavior can be rationalized based on your own understanding of the world around you. You can't take the behavior personal. It isn't about you specifically. These people will behave this way with anyone naive enough to allow it. Captain's orders. Cease the reinforcements. Soldiers must stick to their guns, be sure to know them inside and out, carry them, run with them, and regularly take them apart for inspection. Prepare. We will not be victims of attrition warfare. Addendum. Sir Reginald Hargreaves has a strikingly similar physical appearance to Sigmund Freud. Futurama made a mom company run by an ingenious hard-ass. I gotta research all that though, because the Jenner Empire is crumbling or something. Still, the writers seem to know stuff. Know thy enemy. My team is left. Emoji. Red, green, black heart emoji. Fed by Princess JD of Jambradia. This is a call to action. Donald Trump. He is the perfect example of a spoiled brat. You'll hear me mention that I never got a $1 million loan from my dad. Point being, I had to work quite a bit. Donald Trump has done work. He took the world for a joyride and refused to hand over the controller when it was the end of his term. Let's stick to Angelica before I lose you. There's an episode, specifically season 6, episode 2, titled Angelica's Twin. While at the toy store, Dee Dee states that the kids can each get one toy. Angelica wants 2. Naturally. What does she do? She tells Aunt Dee Dee that she has a sister and she needs a toy too. What does she do to prove the validity of her statement? She rolls up her sleeves, ties pigtails into a messy bun, and calls herself Ballina. Dee Dee allows this charade to continue, attempting to stifle her own amusement. Classy, spoiled, and extremely privileged Angelica naturally picks out 2 incredibly expensive toys, the Cynthia spaceship and the Cynthia cruise ship. Oh, come on, Dee. You aren't really gonna buy a both of those big honking things, are you? Asks a very practical Betty. Dee Dee replies, well, Lipshit says we shouldn't squelch a child's creativity. She says it in a sing-song voice as if he knows what he's talking about and you don't. At the end of the episode, of course, all is revealed, and Angelica, to the babies, arrogantly states, so what? Can I help it if you babies were dumb enough to believe it? This is the scenario that comes from me processing this information. This is how I see it in my head. Angelica knows with full certainty that she is tricking someone. That's the bottom line. She is hoping that her selling point, my twin that you've never heard of, is a great enough scheme to get herself more than what is owed to her, and that she's already getting after putting in 0 effort. Wait. She did convince Dee Dee a second earlier that she deserves a present for being such a good girl in her failed attempt to convince Dill she's the boss while Dee Dee's back was turned for a few seconds. Jeebus. She was already getting a free toy. She couldn't decide between which toy she wanted more. She put in no effort in a different situation, and decided, these people are dumb. I'll get what I want by lying. It's easy. So, we see what's wrong there, I hope. If not, stay tuned for next week's the duck song explained. Aunt Dee Dee, though. I haven't read the Lipschitz Encyclopedia, but I know that what she's doing is textbook enabling. It's a very toxic behavior. As the adult in the situation, she can very clearly see that she is being taken for a ride. The slightest amount of pushback, that sounds funny. Let's call Charlotte or Drew, and she's found out. Oh, but don't squelch the creativity. Different show. Do you know Goo from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends? She's introduced in season 3, episode 7. She couldn't stop imagining. Overfilled the house. Everything was so overstimulating. That girl is gifted. But she had no direction, no purpose. Her parents let her do whatever she wanted. She found rehabilitation at Foster's. Foster homes in America suck. But that's because she literally went to a place bustling with creativity and had to learn a creative way to control herself. She had to channel her gift. Angelica is like Donald Trump. I am a bit more like Goo, if I do say so myself. I'm a bit to handle, but my love is real. Now, a way to avoid losing your mind: don't expect something from someone while putting in no work. How is that input? If you live with a baby, you must baby-proof the house, right? Most people feel this way about animals, but refuse to change anything. They will welcome the animal in and do nothing to teach the animal what is accepted or expected, and so the animal does what is most comfortable to them. They do what they believe is best. This is more often only a real problem for people who dislike cats. My kitty baby is almost 2. She is technically an adult cat, but she's a baby. She doesn't get on my dresser and cause mayhem because I have told her multiple times that I did not want her to do that, or to at least be careful. Kitty never knocks anything down. There are plenty of things we are working on, but we are working on them. I can't place a shiny earring out and about. Kitty sees a pretty shiny thing and wants to play. We have to establish boundaries. I can't just be upset when she doesn't know that they weren't a toy. And I can't just assume she will know, or I'll be annoyed and mad when she doesn't know exactly what I want and act on my wishes without me expressing them to her. All the while, I know I probably just shouldn't leave the earrings out and about. A different example: being overly sexy is a huge issue in inappropriate situations. We can't use other people's attraction to us to feel safe from rejection elsewhere, especially if you don't really like them. I don't see you as sexy. I'll never tell you that, but it's cute how you loving on me. I don't get that from everyone. I like how you don't need anything, though. You just like to be around me. That's cruel. You're literally using someone's desires against them because it's easy for you. That's fuckboy mentality. You are living within your own comfort zone while someone else is completely thrown out of theirs by your behavior. Examples can be excessive, empty sexual gestures and/or advances, showing off unnecessary pride in your own sexual achievements, or constantly referring to sexual and/or romantic scenarios without purpose. Yeah, you're hot. What's your point? How's your self-esteem? You looking for confirmation? You're afraid to be rejected by someone you actually find sexually attractive, so you stop trying or never try to impress what you think they like and keep fucking with losers? That, wait for it, makes you a loser. Ew. This desperate behavior brings down the standard for your conservative community. These are people who want to connect in more traditional ways, though they seem to be fading. It isn't right for you to behave with zero inhibitions at any given time and expect people, especially strangers you don't know, to just be chill. I'll do whatever I want, and they can sit there, because in my head, there's nothing going on, and they should think that too. You're a mind reader and controller? Cool. What if someone has experienced incest? What if someone has experienced utter humiliation to prevent starvation? We can't expect people to relate to us in our nurturing or toxic experiences and then expect them to behave how we want and know they can or should. Maybe they will see this behavior and think that where they're from, this translates to, I want to be fucked by you. No victim blaming, but be accountable for your actions. Stop is what you do when there's a flag on the play. Whistle blown, cut the shit, you're better than that. Rule of thumb, be business appropriate until you have established, by coming to a consensus, the rules and expectations for your relationship. Since people you welcome are hopefully ever changing, the relationship will need constant updates, and bugs need to be fixed, just like updating an app you use frequently. Really read those terms and conditions and ask questions if you care. Optimize the functioning capacity of the energy around you. Be direct, be honest, exhibit healthy communication, listen. Going back to your dreams and growth, here's a tip. For whom? Were you the one in class who was bored with the lesson, so you distract anyone paying attention? Do you need to be seen as the one who has the best, most original ideas all the time? Unfortunately, that just isn't the case. Being basic isn't the opposite of originality. It's the inability to be uniquely you. Stop copying people, tweaking the bare minimum, and passing it off as your own. That's what the scholars call plagiarism. When you find others like you bond. Even the differences are fun. Know what makes you different by knowing you. Don't be basic. Because when you're basic and you don't achieve your goals, you sit around in this funk of who else isn't doing that well. Misery loves company? When you sulk in this way, seeing others doing well will upset you. Especially if you have genuine talent. Because it's like, I could do that. Well, when you're basic, you make it hard for those around you to have high expectations because you are literally constantly accepting shit. Who do you think you are? Why is that honestly a phrase? It translates plainly to, you think you're better than me? It's a trick question. Either the person says, no, or I'm not, right away. Or, while on the spot, in order to quell your insecurity, they have to think of something interesting, but not too flashy. Attention-grabbing so that it sticks, but not disrespectfully arrogant, nothing too wordy. And essentially do a tactical ballet with words. Because if they say the wrong thing, them's fighting words. Sorry, I was trying to be cute. Well, I didn't like it. So let's see if you're that cute after I fight you, because I can beat you up. Change your mindset. I want to surround myself with people who say things like, sucks my Chrysler crashed, but like this here Beamer. Not, everything and everyone is out to get me. Me personally. It makes me not want to do anything. What are you really saying? I hear, why even bother? I'll be dead soon. Why would I want to give nothing my time when I could be doing nothing on my own time? Think of it this way. Antisocial behavior is a trait of intelligence in a world full of conformists. Mr. Tesla. No, not Elon Musk. Nikola Tesla. Alessia Cara simply says, oh God, why am I here? Legit. Addendum explained. I am number 8 of 9 known to the world. The Umbrella Academy is an incredibly dysfunctional family of superhero children. I connect with this family in more ways than one. Congratulations, Elliot. We love you. My father had an interesting master plan that no one was able to decipher, and when Klaus, number 4, was visited by a little colored girl, God, he was able to tell his father, "You were just children." Sir Reginald Hargreaves replied, "You were never just children. You were meant to save the world." No spoilers, just I say he looks like Sigmund Freud because Freud was undoubtedly intelligent and helped others to understand the basics of human interaction. Basics like his first law. Essentially, the world doesn't revolve around what you believe is happening based on your limited and subjective or personal view of the entire world and entire universes within the living beings around you. It's just a piece of trash floating in the wind. Do you know how complicated your circulatory system is? It's not really, but hey. We've all got assholes, opinions, and we're made in God's image. What's up with that? Well, people got shit going on. Mind your business. When it affects you, react. Keep love and hope alive in that moment, and act on what is necessary only after you've applied thought. That's what I gather. My Futurama mom reference. Now, if we know TV, we know that the viewers get a kick out of when the future is predicted. See the link in the description box below explaining the validity of this image. Spoiler, it's fake. Now, if you know Futurama, more or less, you know there is a skinny old bat who dresses up like grandma for the whole world, and when she isn't that sweet character, she's a badass mama businesswoman who will literally slap her boys around a bit and whip them into shape. More or less.
Introducing Captain Smiley.
The KKK Chloe Courtney Kim show is ending this year. Kris Jenner is no longer going to pimp out her kids in that way. I gather someone else is going to step up and I don't know, I haven't gotten that far. I said I'd research it, but I don't care about any of that. I started rewatching Futurama and it was just work. I love life and black people. All people. Not bad guys. Just bad boys. Also, that image was from The Simpsons. I'll leave you with this question. What's your purpose? Find a reason to be kind. Be a philosopher. Ask why. Why should I give a fuck? If you can find no reasons, it's safe to say that you can say, I don't give a fuck in that particular situation, wouldn't you say? Someone cuts you off and they've sped out of your way. You and your car are uninjured. Keep moving forward. A quote from Disney and also Jacob Graf, financial advisor. When dealing with others, boundaries. Clearly communicating boundaries is important here. Know what you want and be consistent with what you expect. People are different, so it's very possible that someone who cares for you has simply no knowledge of a way to communicate that to you. Well, my advice. Be sure you're telling enough people to fuck off. Cleanse your soul space the way you would your home. You wouldn't want 3-day-old gumbo sitting in a moldy, smelly pile on your counter. Don't allow filth in your mind. Watch and experience the ugly. Change it into beauty. If you cannot make someone's ugly beautiful, get away and just go fuck yourself. It's really not such a bad thing. Quite freeing, in fact. When you have yourself to yourself for a bit, be like the interviewers who like to pick apart celebrities for better ratings and views. Ask those specific and personal questions. Just do it with the intent to understand and not just dig dirt. We aren't dogs, but we'd all know calculus. Tell yourself, I have a question, it must be answered, or else I'm unfulfilled. Fulfill your need to be loved properly. Love. It's magic, for fuck's sake. You have to get it just right for the fullest effect. I'm so sorry, I've probably been flashing you, but this is a very long post. So yes, there is an attack on you right now because you want what's best for you. And in getting it, you will in some way, somewhere, stomp out darkness and add a little light to the world. Darkness is coming for you. But what are you going to do to defend yourself? Sitting, waiting to be saved? We have a post about that coming up in a couple weeks. I want to be surrounded by people who have dreams and who narrowed down how to achieve those dreams. I want to be around people who are serious, goal-oriented, and driven. I'm tired of hearing, I like your drive. Thanks. No, thanks. Still, it's annoying to feel like you have to be the one who comes up with something brand new. It's all been done before. I'll do it again, though. This time I'll tweak it and add a bit more me. Don't expect the world just yet. By the way, I use video suggestions on my videos. Please watch them and stay up to date. Yeah, homework, essentially. Also, please like and subscribe. I'll see what happens. Good night. So when you leave for the sea, I hope you'll think of me. And as you sit on your boat, I'll sit here and dote because I